Grandmother, biggest mistake. Class, Shania, dearly, my people. Happy Sunday to one and all. Hope you are doing extremely, extremely well, my people. Please safeguard your children in this summer season. Thank you for joining another one. You see, you would have to experience a grandmother's love to fully understand the relationship between Shania and her grandmother. Shania lived with her grandparents, and during this period, they formed a loving bond. She was loved and cared for by people. So you see, me, my brother, and my cousin, we were all raised by our grandparents. We love our grandmother like cook food. She was very special to us. Whenever we were sick, we would run to our grandmother because just a simple hug would make us feel so much better. And when a hug didn't do the trick, she would make a special concoction for us to drink, and soon and very soon, we would have felt much, much better. I go by the name Yard Boss, my people. Please like this live stream as you enter the stream. And if this is your first time seeing me on your screen, please subscribe to the channel, my people. I am very certain that Shania and her grandmother shared a special bond. Everyone in the community said she was loved and very helpful. She would go to church services with her grandmother every Sunday. Today is Sunday. She would have been in church service today with her grandmother. In fact, at the age of 10 years old, I was also in Pocomina church every Sunday with my grandmother, and I loved it. Me used to beat my own tambourine. When me see my grandmother beat for a tambourine, I wanted my own tambourine, my people. And she buy me my own tambourine. And I was there right with her as she go around the circle and I beat the tambourine and I spin and I roll. I was right there behind my grandmother. I remember those days vividly. The people, Yard Boss, have an open mind towards all subject and towards all people. I will not cast judgment at this time on the people of Trelawny. They know the members of their community best, the people. This is an emotionally charged case. I fully understand it. However, according to his own family members, the suspect was a walking satanic, demonic man, the one who they sent 6'6" jungle justice style, my people. I will give the police the benefit of the doubt to carry out their investigation on this one. But people, you see, I've heard the sentiments and I've seen the comments. By right, everyone in the vicinity who made contact with the victim needs to be questioned. The first person that should be questioned would be the shopkeeper and also the driver who dropped off little Shania to the shop. So far, the only person who made a public statement is the shopkeeper. I am not sure if the driver actually went into the police and gave a statement. The other man, the accused that the people them in the community sent 6'6" gone to never land, him not have no chance to give no statement. The only statement that will be received from him is forensic evidence from you know where, for those of you who are familiar with investigation like these. The people, now is the time as a nation, my people, to review legislation that would penalize parents and guardians for leaving a child of a certain age unaccounted for, my people. 10 years old will definitely be included in this legislation. It is time for solution, not finger pointing. We need a culture shift, my people, to better protect our children. That is what we need. And I say to the Honorable Dr. Andrew Holness and members of Parliament, Please let us add another layer of protection for our children by putting more responsibility on parents and guardians and holding them legally accountable for the whereabouts of their children. My people, that is the solution that I see. And we can't let go. We have to continue to lobby our government for changes, my people. 10 years old, going to the shop on our own is a little bit too young. But we need a culture shift because currently it is a part of our culture in rural areas and in some inner city community where 10-year-old, 5-year-old, them just are roam up and down the street with no parental supervision, people. Yes? Let's listen to the only public interview that the grandmother gave. We're going to play a video. Yes, people? And just please, me I beg you know, everybody in the Yard Boss community, yes, Yard Boss is not investigating this case. Yard Boss is just analyzing public statements, yeah, and we're gonna follow this all the way through until Shania is buried, and that is what we're doing over here in the Yard Boss community, people. Thank you guys so much for watching another live stream. Love and love alone. And please, on a circle back around 8 o'clock tonight. Today is actually the 10th month. Yes? July the 26th, 2026, the 10th month since Jaden Smith went missing. We're going to do a refresher tonight on the Jaden Smith case. People, all right, so we have the grandmother on the stage right here. So we're going to play the grandmother. And we're just going to listen to her and we're going to do some more analysis as we go along. And our investigate, we just analyze, right? Here we go.
Just call my grandson and say, come, Alric, come go up on the road, go look if you see your cousin. He go and he come and say, Grandma, me reach out a try, out of the cash pot, out of try cross, out of the cash pot. And I see Ross Ekeja. So he come back to me.
Anxious and frustrated, Miss Williams said she went to the shop to see if she made it there.
He said, look, Mama, he said, no, me serving. Keja come and buy us a lady serving. And he serve him and tell him, say, Keja, me case and go on one because the lady say she kind of with anybody girl pitney. When he see them alone, he always encourage them. Say, look here. So he said, the girl never delay. He just...
Okay. So we're listening to the grandmother speaking. She's articulating herself very, very well, right? The grandmother never ever once stated in this interview, and based on my knowledge, this is the only time the grandmother came out and she spoke to the media or any social media platform, to TVJ, right? She never ever once mentioned a driver. She never. Me not hear her mention no driver. She never said she sent her in her car and the person is supposed to take her back home. You see, we can assume and we can say, if it was me, I would have waited and I would have brought her back home. Yes? But was that the instruction from the grandmother? The grandmother stated that the shopkeeper, she didn't even call the person name, right? But we know who the shopkeeper is or the owner of the shop is. The owner of the shop is actually the baby girl, we would say no, cousin, right? Grandmother never mentioned anything about a ride. Yes, the shopkeeper is the one who I heard. Yes, maybe other people in the community probably spoke about this, right? But me I talk about an eyewitness. Me not talk about hearsay. Because when Yard Boss analyze these cases, right? Yard Boss is in a different lane by himself, right? Analyze, me not actually investigate. I pay attention to eyewitness. I don't pay attention too much to hearsay. Right? When somebody say them see the little girl, and them the people them want to hear from. Yes? When the grandmother say, as she said, I go a shop, I want to hear directly from the grandmother. Grandmother says she go up at the shop. Yes, I want to hear directly from the grandmother. Okay, grandmother mentioned nothing about a vehicle. So, if she did indeed get a ride out to the shop, the assumption is this, that she would have made her way back home by herself. I believe that is the expectation from the grandmother, the people. And Yard Boss is not necessarily blaming the grandmother for the disappearance and unaliving of little Keisha. What I'm blaming is a misjudgment. Yes, a lack of judgment on the grandmother, a gross mistake on the grandmother part, my people. And she's going to be living with this guilt for the rest of her life. And I hope that this guilt is not going to drive her to an early grave. Because even though we see her here, stoic, well, I would say emotionally stable, deep down, she blame herself. Say, if me just did go the shop by myself. She was in the kitchen cooking. Yes? Maybe she a kneel dumpling. Maybe she a make the rice. Right? Maybe she a cut up what you would say, the scallion and the onion and the thyme. Getting it ready for when the chicken come. She send her go to the shop. Go buy 2 pound of chicken. Quick, fast. My people. Yes? That is what the grandmother send her go a shop go do. You know, hear that directly from the grandmother. Who we hear it from? We hear it from the shopkeeper. She's an eyewitness, my people. Let us go back and listen to the grandmother again, my people. Happy Sunday to every one of you guys in this live stream. This is fitting to bring the grandmother today on this Sunday stream at 5 p.m. because today would be the day that little Shania would have been in church with our grandmother. But people, let me see if I can find an image of little Shania to bring on the screen, my people. Let us see. All right, I have a good one with her right here. Let us bring her on the screen so you guys can see exactly who we're talking about. So this is the baby girl right here. Little Shania Coke, my people. This is what Yard Boss is focusing on. Yes? And Yard Boss is going to allow the professionals in this case. Them don't need me. The police, them don't at Trelawny. Them don't need me to investigate this case. Them don't need me for investigate this case. I've spoken to some people, right? Them don't need Yard Boss. Them already investigate the case. Yes, this is a case of national priority. And the onus and the big goons them is on this case. No ifs, no doubts about it. Them dep on the case. Yes? And that is the reason why, one of the main reasons why them go down there and go scoop up Max. Yes. Then go down there and go scoop up Max. One, because the person say him chop him. Right? But the police, them down there, not saying necessarily them under pressure, but in this case, them have to cross all them I's, or is it, dot all them I's and cross all their T's in this case right here. Yes, it is a big case, just like how Jaden Smith case was humongous and still is. Jaden Smith case was humongous and still is. Be prepared for what is to come. Be prepared for what is to come in the Jaden Smith case. Yard Boss. All right, my people. So this is the beautiful soul that we're looking at. I may just have a feeling, say, the police them are going to do the right thing. And if it was not the person who got unalive that did it, is it unfortunate? Many of the people them in the community would say no. It is not unfortunate. And this is the reason why. He's a known menace to society. Some people say, right, in the comment section, yard boss. But him never murder nobody before. Criminality. Have you ever spoken to a murderer upfront, close, and personal before? Have you ever looked directly in a killer eye before? Have you ever done that? But I'm going to tell you straight up. Let me not even get into that. But let me tell you something. Yes. Those who are convicted of heinous crimes, it is highly, highly likely what they are convicted for is the crime that they are caught committing. Them could have 10, 15, 20 dopey in them. Them just not get catch. Look how much pitney them find in a bushes in a Trelawny. When the boy was out, I walk up and down the place. Oh, I want to know, say, I know him. Murder them, the people. This little 7-year-old boy, yes, that he went to prison for. They convicted him, you know. How they convicted him for that crime? They had to have some form of evidence. They had to have some form of evidence. You can't say you not do it. But forensic evidence showed that you took advantage of the little boy. And guess what happened? He choked out the little boy. The little boy almost dead. The little boy revived. The people, I don't know if the little boy actually testified against him. Possibly. He probably did, the people, testify against him. He tried to murder the little boy there. Remember, my people. Yes? Yard boss is not investigating the case, but you guys are actually making comments in the videos, right? And if you're making comments and you're subscribed to the Yard Boss TV channel, it is my duty, right, to just give you guys my honest opinion. Okay. Let's take this. For example, somebody started out shoplifting. Them go to one store, right? Them thief a candy. Them thief a shirt. Them get away with it. Them confidence a build. Confidence a build. Say, yeah, man, me go in at the store, me go take something, and me get away with it. And then those crimes become bigger and bigger and bigger. Them start to test them luck even more. Same thing with this boy. Let's say he never ever murdered any of his suspects before. He committed egregious acts before. And he attempted to murder somebody before. Him go to prison for it. Him there in a prison, a cut up boy with razor. These are documented facts. Yard boss now make up nothing on this boy. Documented menace to society. Yes? Him come out now. Cross, hungry, miserably made chip out upon that fateful day. My people. From him come out of prison, him a make half of people in the community to grape them. From him come out, I like cake up in him back, my people. This is what happened. This is what me believe. And the only thing that can go against my analysis of this case right here is forensic evidence that prove that somebody else in the community is responsible for a baby girl. Baby girl get dropped off at the shop. We soon go back to the grandmother. Baby girl get dropped off at the shop. There is a count that says that every single child in the community, when them see that the boy there, them run far, 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 far from him. All right, let me remove Shania from the screen for a second. Bring back the taxi man. Whenever them see that the boy there, all of the kids in the neighborhood run far, far away from him. The man drop off Shania at the shop. She buy the 2 pound of chicken. She get the $200 change and she'll go back her yard. On our way going back to our yard, I don't believe any car was lay waiting her on the way going back to her house. Yes? On our way going back to our yard, our yai meet 4 with the devil boy. When our yai meet 4 with the devil boy, she pick up her blasted foot and start run. She start run and the boy run her down and hold her. After the boy hold her down and hold her, she a cry out, she a bawl upon the top of her lungs for her life because she knows that this boy is a whole demonic boy walking the face of this earth. To stop her from crying, the boy slash her up. From he reach in the bush, from him enter in the bush, the boy starts slash her up, my people. That is the reason why his crime elevated from possibly not murdering before to committing this act right so, my people. She a bawl, she a scream. He want to do what he want to do by any means necessary. Listen, I don't make me make up no, you know. There's a YouTuber who went in the community, you know, and him start see blood from the beginning of the track, you know. And the people them are point out blood all the way in the bush, you know. When them go find her, you know. Them find the slippers right on the roadway. Yes? And then blood all the way. What does that mean to you? That means say she was crying and hollering out and I beg for your blasted life. I run from the demonic boy and the boy go, hold her and bring her in the bush, my people. You see, when yard boss is analyzing these things, right? It's very seldom that I'm wrong. Not to toot any on, right? I'm just telling you, my subscribers and the folks who actually watch the Yard Boss TV channel, yes, that the only thing that can disprove what me I say, after even listening to the people them in the community, the only thing that can disprove what me I say is forensic evidence that prove otherwise. We can't go up against forensic evidence. Yes? There's no one that can go up against forensic evidence. Same thing even in the Jaden Smith case. In the Jaden Smith case, me say, I do believe Mr. T testimonial. I'm a stick by that. But the only thing that can refute what Mr. T said is the actual entry time of the prime suspect into the island. That would be irrefutable evidence where Yard Boss can't argue with. Because the police them would have said, Yard Boss, see it right here, so this is when the person actually came into the island. And even so, even if the person come into the island when the person said them coming to the island, that does not remove them from the crime scene. The people. Yes? And that tying right into this case here. Not because he never murdered before. That does not exclude him from being the one who murdered his own cousin and raping his own cousin and leave her body in a bush. The people. Him auntie Nah, tell no lie, pan. The auntie is his father, sister. The father were over there in the community a chop up people for him. Is his sister. The people, him own a auntie, say him try to murder him grandfather. With somebody with such a track record. Obviously, he's going to be the #1 suspect in the community. The father of Shania said him talk to him and him ask him if a him murder the little boy. Him never say, him ask him in a back no jeep. Him say him go up at the step. He was at the step, he was at the house. And him ask him if I him do it. And him shake him head and him say yes, him do it. There's also eyewitness account. We say them find him with the $200 change where the little girl get. And they also found him with the blasted chicken. What am I do with the chicken? What am I do with the $200? If I never him go hold on the girl, the little girl, and do him do to her. Come on, the people. Come on. Let us get back to grandmother. Please like the live stream, people. And please subscribe to the channel if this is your first time seeing me on the screen. Yard Boss is a man on an island. Yes? Telling my subscribers exactly what I believe based on what my trained ear is telling me. That is what my Yard Boss seldomly follow the crowd. Seldomly follow the crowd. Yes? Only forensic evidence can refute what me I say, my people. Yard Boss understand how social media algorithm goes, my people. People will watch you because they believe that you're actually truthful to them. And you're not just making up stuff just for views and to prolong a conversation or to spin a narrative. You see, my people, these cases are a matter of life and death. This is not social media show. These are dangerous stuff. Very, very dangerous. I'm going to leave this one to the police then. And my gut is telling me that the people them in Trelawny got this one right. That is what my gut is telling me. Let us play grandmother. Grandmother, stay strong. Stay strong. I tell you, my people, we have some really, really good people in the Yard Boss community, right? And even though they probably said grandmother was wrong, right? They're still reaching out and they're saying, Yard Boss, how can we help? Somebody just reach out to me and say, Yard Boss, we have a wreath we want to send for the funeral. That is what we're going to do. We're going to galvanize, we're going to come together as a community, and we're going to make sure, maybe the people them already have their money for bury baby girl, right? But she's that important to us, right? We're going to do what we can. This is our promise. This is our pledge. Me a pledge, yes? That we're going to do what we can to make sure that baby girl get a proper send-off. Yes. I'm working on some stuff. I won't say it on here. Yes? But baby girl is going to get a proper send-off. Maybe Andrew Holness already down there. Maybe Andrew Holness already down there and say he might go pay for the funeral. But the Yard Boss community want to do something. Yes? Let us hear the grandmother again, the people.
Just call me grandson and say, come, Alric, come go up on the road, go look if you see your cousin. He go and he come and say, Grandma, me reach out a try, out of the cash pot, out of try cross, out of the cash pot, and me no see Ross Ekeja. So he come back to me.
Anxious and
So I believe that grandson is the one that fell off his bike and scraped up his back. I believe that is the one that she sent out there to look for Keja.
and frustrated, Miss Williams said she went to the shop to see if she made it there.
He said, look, mama, he said, no, me serving. Keja come and buy us lady serving. And he serve him and tell him, say, Keja, me case and go on one because he lady say she kinda with anybody girl pitney. When he see them alone, he always encourage them. Say, look here. So he said, he girl never delay. He just sell him and she turn out and Tracy said, he girl said things, all right, Tracy. And he said, all right, go on, take time, go on.
But
So I believe Tracy is the name of the shopkeeper.
those fears would soon become reality, as hours later, Shania's body was found with the throat slashed. It's believed she was also raped. It's believed she was lured to the area where she was assaulted and then killed.
She weren't lured there, right? So this is the truck, right, Joseph? Okay? Cars drive on it. People walk on it. Bushes all over the place on the right side and on the left side, right? The boy lay wait, and I lay wait her. Him never know say she'll go to the shop. I don't believe he did know that she was going to the shop. She got a drive from the next door neighbor to the shop. The people, the grandmother. I am not sure if the grandmother actually even know if she got a ride from the man. Listening to the grandmother, we'd have to interview the grandmother again, because the grandmother went to the shop to ask the shopkeeper if Keja actually made it to the shop. So, in a nutshell, the grandmother, even if the grandmother knew that she went into the car, she was skeptical of even the person who brought her to the shop. All right? So Tracy, who is the shopkeeper, said yes, she came to the shop. So right there and there, right? If the person, the taxi driver, the job was to take her to the shop and go about in business, his job was completed. Him gone about in business, right? The shopkeeper, who is an eyewitness, she said that Keja purchased the chicken and Keja went on her way to our yard. And right just so, the truck on the left-hand side on the screen, where you see the bicycle man there, that is where the boy capture Keja. And him start mash her up from right just so. From right just so him start mash her up. Right out in this area, them find Keja slippers. Keja run from the boy. He was just roaming about, hunting, looking for his next victim. That is what the wicked boy was out doing, the people.
We were told a suspect, Shania's cousin, was among the people helping her grandmother with the search.
Last night when me go around there and see him on the veranda, I was broken down so bad I could have I couldn't take up a pebble.
All right, let me tell you something, right? When I listen to these interviews, testimonials, the words sticking on my head. What the people them say, sticking on my head. The father never see him dead in a November and ask him no question. The father of Shania Cook saw the old wicked devil grapist boy on the veranda. On the veranda and ask him, did you do this to my daughter? And him say yes. The father previously warned him. Me said the father planted a seed in the devil boy there. Head, you know. When the father would tell him, say, see my daughter there, do not touch her. Me I beg you. He planted a seed in the devil boy the head when he told him to spare her life. The devil boy promised. Him say, no man, me not touch her, man. She a family. But he made for so many of his family members before, and them get where him hold them down, my people, take off them clothes and them run away from him. This a boy in a partial. Picnic, big people, anything. I trust and believe. I believe he was in the neighborhood. I walk off the people, them goat, and the people, them cow, in the blasted neighborhood too. Yes, I do believe that. When him can't catch none of the picnic then, and him want get him kicks off, that is where him go they go do. But people, see the father here again. The father said him see him where? Pan the veranda, my people.
Last night when me go around there and see him on the veranda, I was broken down so bad I couldn't take up a pebble. And I said to him on the veranda, I said, you see, how me tell us if you leave my daughter alone, just don't go bother him. Don't come out and come rob and kill me pickini. And you rob and kill me pickini. And he said, yes, sir.
What the Papa just said, him same scene on the veranda. Why would he lie? Mr. Coke is not lying. I believe Mr. Coke. Yes. I believe the lady that said she saw the old wicked devilish boy with the 2 pound of chicken and the $200. Because him is a old thief too. Yes. Him broke in a people's house and take out them food and take out their money. Him is a old thief, rapist. Him even tried to poison him own a grand papa. Yeah, boss, now no mercy. And no sympathy towards that the devilish boy there. No way, Jose.
Moments later, another bloodbath. The suspect, Delroy Coke, was chopped to death by an angry mob. His father, who sources say came to his defense, also received chop wounds and is battling for life in hospital. Residents say the incident is a culmination of their frustration. They claim the suspect was a serial rapist who had attempted to rape other people in and around the community and was recently released from prison for rape.
The people in the natural, they know their community very well. The police then know the community very well. I am an outsider. That is the reason why Yard Boss is not putting on an investigative cap in this case here. Because the people them in the community already investigated it. The people them in the community, they already tried the case. The people them in the community already convicted the person responsible for what happened to baby girl. And the people them administer justice right on the spot. Yes. And not just the people them. As we are about to see, the police officer looked like he was a part of the jury. Yes, tried, convicted, justice served. Here we go. Here we go. See it right, Yasser? And I'm going to elaborate a little bit more. Because you see, over here in the Yard Boss community, we're looking at propensity, probability, baby, probably big words, right? Escalation of criminal activities. Started small. You thief something from a shop. Then you become bigger and bigger in the crime. Yes. Him rape one smabby. Him rape the little boy. Him almost murder the boy. And in this case, right, so. Because baby girl, I cry and I beg for your life. Him have to hurry up and do him a do. And then bring her go a bush. And what we are about to see upon the steps right here. Remember the father said he admitted to the crime. An innocent person would not make the people them just jungle justice him so without begging for his life. This boy is not a madman. The boy never begged panic for him life. I will not go see it. We not go see it right just so. Look. The police are going to the house now. So the police come on the scene right there, so. The police are going at the house now. So the father, Mr. Cook, he said he spoke to him. He spoke to him prior to the police coming on the scene, right? So the police are going at the house there now. Police went into the house. How the boy come outside? Who push him out there? Me not get involved in a Trelawny business. No. Me not getting involved in that. My job and my subscribers' job is to make sure that this baby girl right as I want to sit on the screen, she and her father, make sure say she go home in style. Nah, get involved in all them business. See the right there, sir. Police push him out to go meet him maker. The police know him. The police know say this is a old demonic boy menace to society. They have been trying to lock him up and throw away the key. But somewhere, somehow, this boy keep on getting 7 years, 2 years in a family school, and he keep on coming back out on the street, come do the same blasted thing. See him there? Push him. Lock the door. Push him out. Lock the door. He was already bleeding. Right this way. Nobody knows see who in that room there. I chop him up. That the room they were him going right there, so at the side, there's an open window there. So as far as them arresting Max and this and that, remember there was an earlier altercation before the police come on the scene, right? Where the father was chopping up some other people. That the chopping there, a self-defense chopping, father chop, people are chop. So me not see how that really and truly I go stick with Max, right? Many people in the community and many subscribers, they're saying free Max, right? No, watch this now. The boy come out. And no unrapeable, convicted of taking the innocence of little Pitney. That boss now pick up for somebody like that. Never, ever, 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 ever. In a 1,000,000, whatever years you want to call it. Never, ever, ever pick up for somebody like that. Me now, if and but now, none of that. I feel say him do it.
People in and around the community and was recently released from prison for rape.
So we push him out. Watch this. Keep on watching. The boy up on the veranda. The boy have sense. The boy can read. The boy can write. The boy can cuss. The boy can grip. The boy can blast him thief. Him can do everything under the sun. Him can cut up people with razor blade. But him can't beg for him life. Him can't beg for him life right there, so. Get on him knees and say, do me a beg no, and no me do it. I'm a cousin, why would I do such a thing to my cousin? You wanna see my beg? An innocent man on the veranda right there so would have been begging for his life. Him know say at the end of his destruction upon Jamaica land we love. He accepted his fate. He accepted his fate on that step to go home and meet his maker. Because him know say the people them pull down him blasted pants and see blood upon him underwear. Him know say the father questioned him right upon that the step there. And he admitted it that he was the one who did it. Him know say the people them see him when them search him and them find the $200 plus the 2 pound of blasted chicken where baby girl go to the shop go buy. Him know that. Evidence stacked against him. So he was ready to go home and meet his maker. Him not even try to go back in the room. You didn't see that. An innocent man would have begged the police officer, said, do not send me out there. Kick down the door, go back inside there. But him not do that. He accepted the punishment. Yes, my people. I him do it. I him do it. Nobody else. I that demon boy they do it. See the demon boy. Demon boy now beg for him life. He might run go in a room. Run him around. Let me tell you something. Because this is not the first jungle justice case where yard boss ever look upon in a Jamaica. A whole heap of jungle justice business going on in Jamaica. Most of the jungle justice cases in Jamaica is when people come from far communities and go in a farming areas and go thief the people them goat. Goat is the number one thievery, right, in a farming community because the goat them small and they can pack them up and put them in a van back. Cow heavy. When the people them in the community catch them with them blasted goat, you ever see none of them the criminals they are beg for them life? No. They may try run. They may try fight back. They may try chop back. They may try run the car over the people them, but them now go beg and say it was me. Because them know say them catch them red-handed. Same thing in this case. The people them in the community catch him red-handed. Leave your thoughts in the comment section, my people. Leave your thoughts in the comment section. I'm going to come to the comments, my people. Yes, and when the live stream done, please leave your thoughts in the comment section. And we'll correspond there. Yard boss is not investigating this case. I'm just analyzing. Because the police them have this under control, I believe. Two of them.
This is where 10 years
In the back of the car, my people. So the grandmother made a decision on that day that she's going to be living with for the rest of her life. Yard boss is not going to join the bandwagon to chastise the grandmother and say the grandmother need a lick over her head and one bunch of madness. We're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. I'm going to encourage her to stay strong. And as a collective over here, we'll try our best. We'll make contact with the family soon and very soon, right? And I am not sure if I'm going to publish their numbers on the screen. So what I'll do is this, right? I'll give you guys the number directly if you guys reach out to me. If they give me the go ahead and say publish it, and this is the thing, I really don't want like crazy people be calling the people them. That is the thing. That is the thing. 529 1535. Yeah, I have to figure out something. Yeah, get to somebody who's not a direct family member, and yeah, I don't want people to be calling the people them and harassing them. Yeah. Yep. All right, my people, let us get to the comment section and hear what you guys are saying. Beverly, big up yourself. Juliet, blessed Sunday to you, Yard Boss. Blessed Sunday to you too, Juliet. All right, so Chrissy said, enough blessings, Yard Boss. Big up yourself. Hope all parents learn from this mistake and don't send no more children nowhere on their own. You know, say a lot of people not gonna learn from this mistake, yeah. Culture and mindset. This is going to be maybe a mainstream media virality, 7-day talk, us talking about this up until baby girl funeral, maybe another 2 weeks, and then everything will be back to normal. Yeah, something else will come up. Yeah, and we start covering something else. Yeah, people are going to learn until legislation is passed that hold parents accountable for the whereabouts of their children. Yes, big up yourself, George. All right, Chrissy say, I hope other parents got, okay, we read that already, right? So Janet Smith say, things and times change, especially those dogs out there. And there's a lot more like him lurking in other communities, the people. Merlene say, happy Sunday to you too, Merlene. Maureen say, our grandmother used to send us to buy bulla cake and other things at a district not too far from Troy. Yes, Maureen. Yeah, fond memories of grandparents, you know. Those who had like good grandparents in their life, they understand how much baby girl really and truly love our grandmother, how much our grandmother love her, you know, and she would have never intentionally put her in harm's way. She would have never do that, you know. And you can even see like the mother of Shania. You can see her the grandmother consoling the mother. It is her mother's side of family, and the mother is not upset with her mother because she sent her to the shop. No, she's not blaming her. It's just a tragic mistake, you know. Who knows? Probably her mother even sent her go a shop before too, and she always come back alive. All right, let's see where Tech Gaming say, good night, Yard Boss. Let me see here. Good night, Yard Boss. Special thanks to my friends. This is an international wickedness. This is an international wickedness. They do the right thing. Oh, you say the people in the community do the right thing. Yeah. Many people would agree with that, right? Many well-thinking people would agree that the community got it right. But as far as we would say, you know, from an investigative standpoint, the police them have to carry out what you would say, forensic analysis just to make sure, right? All right. And I respect what you are doing, much appreciated. Yeah, this is how I work. Majid, this is how I work. Yeah. The investigation should also expand to the police at the local station. Multiple times the community reported Delroy, the demon, yet they let him out to roam the streets. So the thing is this, right? Reporting someone is one thing, right? But having like substantial evidence to actually convict the person, that is another thing. I wouldn't cast judgment on the police department over there in Troy, and this is why. He has been a resident of Troy ever since he come out of Mama Belly. And a whole heap of time, the police department down there in Troy lock him up and sentence him because they had sufficient evidence to sentence him. He was sentenced when he was a juvenile, and he was actually in juvenile detention. And he was sentenced to 5 to 7 years in prison. He served time in a prison for what he did to the 7-year-old boy. So me not gonna say the police them no arrest him and charge him. No. You probably need to change Andrew Holness and him friend them probably need to put like stricter penalties on the book for rape cases, especially when it comes to minors. Mandatory 30-year prison sentence. That is what needs to change, right? Evidence gathering. Somebody go and report, say, there's one attempted assault. Attempted, that is, my people, right? Me don't know how that one day go when the police them do them investigation, where them come up with. Maybe them never find sufficient evidence to charge him at that point. So the police them did lock him away, right? And he was sentenced. All right. So we have another justice system here. So the justice system is a failure in Jamaica. He shouldn't be free from prison, from the trouble, the little boy. Yeah, I wouldn't say the justice system is a failure in that case, because the justice system convicted him. The problem is this: when you go in front of a judge, right, the judges go in accordance to the law of the land. So if the law of the land say this man have to get 7 years in a prison, a 7 years he might get, right? If the law of the land say mandatory minimum, like all them just change the firearms minimum to 15 years, something like that need to happen in cases like these, right? Or in group cases. All right. The father gone. Okay, let me see if I can read this. The father is alive, because the last time I did the fire video with the house burned down, TVJ said that the father was alive. But let's see what you're saying now. The father gone too, because him know that his son is the devil, and the police should never lock up nobody. That is what the people them in the community are saying, right? That it was a mob. So how are you going to just single out one person, right? And I don't think Max was charged yet. So we just have to wait and see how that is going to go. All right. So Jean say, it is him. If I have children, you chicken evil bastard. Okay, I don't really understand that. But you're saying that it is him. Yeah, most people would say, most well-thinking people would say that, yes, based on track record, it is him. But as always, right, we just need to allow the police them to do them job. It's not like they're not working. They're on the case, and forensic evidence will actually prove without a shadow of a doubt who unalive and do what they did to baby girl. All right. Hopefully that enough evidence is actually found on her to pin it to somebody. Yes. I feel so bad. as a mother. I hope his father don't come back. The father don't come back to the. He's not coming back. They already burned down the house, and I don't think probably the house is not going to be left standing anytime soon because them burn up everything in the house, and it wouldn't be wise for him to return to that community. Yeah, that man and his son have no heart. Yes, truth yard boss, well respect. And this reminds me of the boy that did the same thing to his cousin and all her children, them. Mighty God of Daniel. Let us see what Yvonne says. Yard boss, good afternoon. It's so sad. I'm still hurt because that's a baby by herself, knowing what's going on in the area, and she still send the little girl by herself. Shaking my head. Why? Oh God, the sadness. Yeah, it is tough. But the thing is, it is not the first time they must send her to the shop while the boy is in the neighborhood. That is the thing. And boy, Mano, it's tough. It's tough. It's tough. It's tough. If it was me, we wouldn't send my 10-year-old picnic to shop by themselves. Not even 15, not even 16, with a rapist in the neighborhood like that. Have to be in peers. But it's culture and mindset for people. They did it before she came back home, so they believe, so they're going to do it again, and she's going to continue to come back home. Yeah. All right, let us see here. Yeah, boss, are you sure you don't want to get involved in the investigation? I'm sensing you are itching to do it, Beverly. Beverly, this is not an investigation. You know. It is not an investigation. The police, them already do the job. I only get in cases where the police, I don't know. Right? In this case here, they found the body. There's a known perpetrator in the area. The people them in the community know them one another better than our yard boss know them one another. It's the entire community come out, you know. Everybody in the community come out. Who am I? Me not living in the community. I'm not from there. So how me I go stay all the way where you are and try to investigate and tell the people them how to run business in a freedom community. I am best suited in galvanizing my supporters, my subscribers, to say what we can do so baby girl can actually get a good send home. Yeah. Yeah, me not itch. Me just me just look at me and say this a devil boy, ya yard boss. Now go pick up for this a devil boy. No way, Jose. All right, let us see here. So June say there was also a male cousin there that he would go out to, or both of them would go out. Yeah, but him got okay. Little girl like special always making attempts onto others. Yeah, the cousin fell off his bike, right, and he was like him never really, him not always feel like to go, right, but the grandmother sent him out anyway, and him take him sick self and him go look for him cousin and him never find her. Yes. All right, so Insulin say, we declare strength to the grandmother. I know she wasn't expecting nothing like this. Yes. And you see, the thing is this, right? I have compassion towards grandparents. And I know my community over here in Yardbarsland, we have a lot of compassionate mothers, right? We're not a bunch of hotheads. And we're not a bunch of people that jump to judgment, right? We look at things for what they are. We have a culture of sending out children. Yes, me remember my grandma used to send me out all the time. And I told you guys a story where every Sunday me have to wake up and me have to grate a coconut to make the Sunday dinner. Because if you don't have no coconut, the rice and peas not gonna taste good. So who are gonna grate the coconut? When my grandmother in the kitchen a slave from morning till evening. No must the pitney there. No must the grand pitney there. We have to wake up 7 o'clock on Sunday and grate the coconut. And then once we grate the coconut, no, we can't we can't make the coconut milk, That is our grandmother job. Yes? Our job is to just grate it and then give it to her. So every single grandchild, if you have that experience with your grandmother, you always want to help. Even when she don't want no help, you see her outside a sweep up the yard, or she a garden and she a plant something, you hitch up under her flack tail and you watch what she a do, and you dead with her, you dig and you dig. That is the type of young girl, young lady that Shania was. Very, very helpful, And she never tell her grandmother say she no want to go no shop. She never tell her grandmother say she no want to go no shop. Yeah. All right. So Winfield said, I grew up in the country and started going to the shop at the age of 2. You see that? When she had 2 years old, Winfield Jackson I go a shop. Yeah. From me at 6 years old, 5 years old, me I run up and down the community. Me and my brother and my friend them with no parents. But we run in packs. We always run in packs. Never alone. Yeah. All right. So we don't always make the right decisions. We all fall short at some point. Yeah. And I just want to encourage any of the family members, right, that is even currently watching this live stream right here. Please, me I beg you, on a God, on a peace, right? If you guys can stay away from social media, stay away from social media, love on each other, be there for each other. Yes? Because, let me tell you something. When you really ever feel it, is when on that fateful day, the final day, when you see her in the casket, and I forgot put her down in the hole. Stay away from social media and focus on loving on each other, because we need each other more than ever right now. And the same thing goes to the members of the community over there in Trelawny. Yes, same thing. By the look of things, every single person in that community loved Shania. Every single person loved her. Yes, and wanna just have each other back as you guys go through this trying time. Have each other back. Wanna handle business, and most people agree with what we do, right? Wanna just have each other back. That's all I have to say. And don't make social media drag on here, there, and everywhere. All right? God on a peace. All right, so Lisa said, this is so sad. We have moved away from the fear of God in this nation. This young man needed deliverance. Not all churches have, what is it? Not all churches have hypocrites. Some are still real. Boy, Lisa, deliverance. This a boy a born devil worshiper. This a boy look like he was a descendant of Lucifer himself. Not a deliverance could save this a boy. Sister, he's a Christian, him go run down. Every Sunday, Shania gone to church with her grandmother. Living Lucifer was running through that the boy the vein. All right. There's a lot more coming in. All right. So, all right, let me read this one from Winifred. Winifred, I don't really want to read the comment, you know, right? So you're saying, why are we not blaming the blank who refuse to take action against the non-human for attempting to other people? Okay, all right, I can read it now. All right, why are we not blaming the police who refuse to take action against the non-human for attempting to rape other people? Attempting rape is a crime and should send to jail. Yeah, it is a crime, you know, but evidence to prosecute. That is what they look at. Did the witnesses come forward? Right? The witnesses came forward, made a statement. I mean, I understand the intricacy of those cases, right? This would have, because there's a lot of hearsays going around in social media. If it was a statement directly from a victim that came forward and say, this is what he did to me, right? I went to the police, I made statements, I kept on following up with the police, and the police them ignore me. And then you can run with that story. But when it's coming from third party, fourth party, fifth party, yard boss tend to not saying I don't treat those reports as credible, but I want to hear directly from the source. Yes? All right, my people. All right, we're gonna close out the live stream now because we're coming back about 8 o'clock. All right, so big up yourself, Wilfried, Lisa, big up yourself. All right, outside the globe, big up yourself. Until next time, my people, I go by the name Yard Boss. Please like this live stream and please subscribe to the channel if this is your first time seeing me on your screen. Let us see how many. Come on, my people, we have 140 people in the live stream. Close out the chat for a second and hit the thumbs up button, my people, so YouTube can actually spread this, my people. Close out the chat right now, right, and hit the thumbs up button, my people. Love and love alone. See you guys later at 8 o'clock, where we revisit the Jaden Smith case. 10 months, my people, since Jaden Smith disappeared after face of this earth. Yeah. Bye-bye, 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 bye-bye. See you guys later. Bye-bye. I'm out.